Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into the world of text compression, but with a really cool AI
It's
twist.
definitely a hot topic.
It is! We got some awesome research from a listener on this specifically, a paper called Compressing Textual Data Using Generative AI Prompts. Catchy, right? But seriously, this stuff is changing how we store and manage information, maybe even the internet itself. So buckle up.
It's been a long time coming. This idea of handling digital data better, making it more efficient, it's been a goal for decades.
For sure. But before we get to the AI part, let's talk about the old ways, like when you zip a file. Huffman coding, LZW, that kind of thing.
Right, those classic methods.
Exactly. They work great for shrinking files, but like with most things, there are limitations.
Yeah, they're great for patterns like in images,
hmm
but language is trickier, more nuanced. Those older methods, they treat every bit of text the same.
Like if you were packing for a trip, just throwing everything into your suitcase.
Yeah. No organization, no thought about what goes where.
Just cramming it all in. I can see how that would be a problem.
Exactly. Imagine a research paper, right? Important findings, explanations, maybe even a funny story or two in there. Traditional compression often misses the bigger picture. Can't tell the important stuff from the smaller details.
Like those friends who tell a long story but miss all the good parts. You get the words, but not the point.
Yeah, exactly. And that's where they struggle with redundancy too. They might catch repeated words, but synonyms or different phrases that mean the same thing, they miss that.
So it's like they're so focused on each tree that they miss the whole forest. Too focused on the words to get the meaning.
That's a great way to put it. And that's where AI comes in, bringing a smarter approach. Imagine someone who could not only pack that suitcase right, but also highlight the most important things you need. That's AI and semantic compression.
Okay, so the old ways have their limits. Let's talk about the semantic compression. What makes it so game-changing?
The key is this. Traditional methods, they're like shrinking a document on a copier. Everything gets smaller, but proportionally. AI, with semantic compression, it's more like having a really good editor. It understands what the text actually means, the core ideas, and finds the best way to express them.
So not just cramming more words in, but understanding what matters most. Like in that research paper, knowing which parts you could skim and which parts need close attention.
Exactly. AI excels at seeing those differences in meaning and prioritizing the right info during compression.
Okay, now this is what I find really interesting. How does AI do that? That's way more than just finding the same words again, right?
You're right. It's much more sophisticated. AI models, they're trained on massive amounts of text, code, everything. And that lets them learn language, context, even writing styles. So they go beyond simple word matching.
So instead of dictionaries, these AI models use their knowledge of language to analyze the text. That's wild.
Exactly. They get the context of a sentence, understand synonyms, even the difference between a fact and an opinion.
Wow, that's impressive. But how does this actually work in practice? Give me an example of this semantic compression thing.
Okay, imagine a news article about a new scientific discovery. Traditional methods. They just look for the same words or phrases again and again.
Right, makes sense.
But AI, with semantic compression, it finds the actual discovery, the scientists involved, the impact it could have, even if the article phrases it differently each time.
Oh, I see.
It could even take like 5 sentences and condense them into one while still getting the main point across.
So it's like AI is making a super short summary, getting rid of the boring part.
Exactly. And that's just the start. This summarizing thing, it has uses beyond storage space. That research you shared, it talked about using this for, get this, fighting plagiarism.
Wait, hold on. Plagiarism. How can compression, like, stop someone from copying? I thought those were totally different things.
I know, right?
Hmm.
It sounds weird, but it's a really cool use of this tech. Since AI is already figuring out what the text means during compression, it can check if it's original at the same time.
Okay, so it's like a super-powered plagiarism checker built right in.
Exactly. And it's looking at meaning, not just words, so it can catch things that slip past other methods.
So not just straight-up copying, but like if someone tries to hide it by changing the words around?
Exactly. And get this, if the AI finds plagiarism, it doesn't just flag it, it can actually swap out the copied part with a link to the original.
Wow, that's smart. So we're saving space by not keeping the same info twice and DA making sure credit goes where it's due.
A win-win. Now, you're probably wondering, this compressed stuff, with all its smarts, how's it actually stored? It's still data, right? Needs to be organized.
Yeah, makes sense. Compressing is one thing, but we need to be able to find it again later.
Exactly. And that's where the older techniques come back in. Huffman coding, those dictionaries, they help organize and store all this compressed data.
So it's like a team effort. AI does the hard thinking, understanding, and compressing, and then the other methods make sure it's stored neatly.
Exactly. Think of a library. You wouldn't just dump all the books randomly, right? You organize them to make them easy to find. Same here. AI and older methods create a system that's both efficient and user-friendly.
Oh, we've got this well-organized, compressed library, all thanks to AI and some classic tricks. But let's get real. Where can we actually use this
Oh,
stuff?
the possibilities are huge. Think about places with tons of data, libraries with old documents, research databases, scientific papers. This could change everything.
Like shrinking the Library of Congress onto something tiny. And it's not just space, right? Wouldn't all this mean we could find information faster too, since there's less to search through?
Absolutely. Imagine needing something specific from a giant database. Instead of digging through pages, you get exactly what you need instantly. That's the power of good compression in AI, knowing what's important.
Oh, tell me about it. I've gotten lost in so many research papers just trying to find a few useful sentences. It's a time suck.
Exactly. This tech could make research way smoother, finding insights faster. And it's not just for academics. Think about how the whole internet could change. Websites loading instantly, no matter how many images or text they have, all because it's compressed smartly, without losing quality.
No more waiting for those picture-heavy articles to load. Sign me up. We're talking a faster, smoother internet. That's awesome. But okay, let's get really futuristic for a second. What's next for this tech? That research you shared, it hinted at some pretty wild stuff.
It's true, this field is moving so fast. What we have now is already amazing, but it gets even cooler. Imagine if AI could change how it compresses based on what each person needs or wants.
Hold on, personalized compression. So like my compressed news article would be different from yours because AI knows what we each find interesting.
Exactly. It'd be like having a personal AI assistant that summarizes and explains things in a way that clicks for you, based on your learning style, your interests, even what you already know. It could filter out the stuff you don't need, so you only get the good stuff.
That's mind-blowing. It's like AI is becoming this bridge between all the information out there and how our brains actually work. This is big.
It really is. And that's what makes this so exciting. It's not about making things small. It's about making information clear, easy to understand, and actually useful for each person.
Wow, it's like we're on the edge of a whole new way of handling information.
Hmm.
AI helping us cut through the noise and find what matters. That's definitely something to think about. From changing how we store data to fighting plagiarism, even personalizing how we learn, AI-powered text compression could completely change our digital world.
I agree. Sometimes understanding more comes from simplifying what we already have, finding those core ideas. It's a good reminder.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Right.
Well, on that note, we've reached the end of our deep dive. As always, thanks for the awesome research. Until next time, stay curious, and we'll keep exploring all this cool stuff together.